Hey everybody, Joe Pal Brian Hunt. Welcome to another episode of 60 Seconds on Your Risk. And today I've got another book review for you, and I think you're really going to enjoy this book. It's called You Weren't Supposed to See That by Joshua Brown. Now, for many of you, you maybe know who Joshua Brown is, but a lot of you probably don't. Josh Brown is a pretty well-known wealth management and financial advisor who has been on CNBC and Bloomberg. You might see him out here a lot on podcasts. He's actually often a guest on Scott Galloway's podcast, which is one of my favorites. So I didn't really know much about Joshua Brown until the past year or so. But Josh has been pretty prolific as far as writing about the financial markets and the financial services sector and talking about the markets and advisors, and some how good, some are bad, good ideas, bad ideas. So I think he's been a really wealth of knowledge to people out there who've known about him when he started blogging and writing a newsletter almost like 20 years ago. And to that point, he's been very prolific, and he's been very well known in the financial services market. But I didn't know about him until about a year and a half ago. And then he came out with a book that sort of summarizes some of his top essays of the past 20 years, and about 25 or 30 of those newsletters where he republishes them. Now, if you've been reading his newsletters, you might find this book a little repetitive, but a lot of you probably haven't. What I really like about this book, he goes back and looks at some of his key newsletters, some of his key opinions, and he's updated them to look back at what his opinion was then and how does it stand the test of time. So I really find it beneficial because for anybody who knows anything about investments or just history, those who don't study their history are doomed to repeat it. So if you're trying to get a better sense of investing your financial portfolio, I think this book would be a great resource. And like a lot of investors like myself who have done this and doing it for a while, after a while you kind of learn the key things which he talks about here. Obviously keep your low-cost index funds or with a well-diversified plan is key. But really the big thing too is focusing on your horizon. Don't get caught up in the emotions. Understand people out there who tell you they can beat the market on the long term can't. And there are a lot of charlatans out there selling, snake oil products that truly in the day you don't need, especially if you can come up with a well-diversified portfolio, keep your transaction costs low, and keep your eye on the horizon as far as what your overall plans are. Because I have found this book to be very beneficial. I would highly recommend it. And for those of you who don't know, he's also a partner at Ritholtz Wealth Management, and his partner Barry Ritholtz, who has a podcast on Bloomberg, which I listen to on a regular basis. His book just came out this week, and I've already started picking up and reading that one as well. So again, it's called You Weren't Supposed to See That by Joshua Brown. If you're wanting to get a better sense of the investments, a better sense of how markets work, I highly recommend this book, especially for the novice, but I think even the seasoned individual could probably learn a thing or two from this. I know I did, so highly recommend this book. Like all things, guys, if there's a certain topic or individual you'd like to see on the show, please let me know. Post a note on here on LinkedIn. You can also subscribe to this video and all my other videos on my YouTube channel, and you can find the links to these videos on the website formerly known as Twitter, Substack, Blue Sky, and Facebook. Until next time, guys. Bye.